Welcome back to the channel. I'm standing next to the most popular mid-size sedan in the United States. Toyota sells roughly 300,000 plus units of the Camry every single year, and this is the only vehicle in the segment to still offer a V6 underneath the hood. The other competitors have one with a turbocharged option or still offer a naturally aspirated powertrain. But let's talk about pricing here for the Camry XSE with the V6. Starting price is at $36,645. This with stickers for $43,079, including destination and also with the options that this vehicle is equipped with. If you guys are on the market for a Toyota, be sure to check out South Dade Toyota and ask for Tony. He will get you into your next vehicle. Looking at the exterior styling here for America's most popular mid-size sedan, this is painted in Toyota's supersonic red exterior paint. It has a nice two-tone to the vehicle. This Camry here looks really sporty to me. I always find the Camry to be a little bit boring in my opinion, but with this having the supersonic red, it does look very sporty here. Looking at these headlights here, they're going to be a full LED projector headlight with its LED daytime running light, also with its LED turn signal. This does have a nice honeycomb finish to the grille. The front lip splitter here does have this nice gray painted trim there with more gloss black trim. Off to the side, there's no LED fog lights, but you guys can get a dealer installed option or aftermarket. Looking at the Toyota logo here, this does house the driver's assistance tech with that camera in the actual front windshield. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the exterior styling here of the Toyota Camry. To me, like I mentioned, it's a little bit boring, but in certain specs of this vehicle, it does give it more of a sporty look, especially with this red exterior color. This vehicle does offer 5.7 inches of ground clearance, so it does have a very low step in height. We'll talk about that once we get inside the vehicle. And this vehicle has a 111.2 inch wheelbase with an overall length of 192.7, so it's right on par with every other mid-size sedan in this segment. Looking at the tire and wheels here, these are a 235/40 tire. They're wrapped in this 19-inch rim design. I like the nice finish here with the gloss black, also with the multi-spoke here. Looks really nice, especially with the supersonic red exterior paint. Like I mentioned, this vehicle does offer a nice two-tone here with everything being black on the upper portion of the vehicle. There's this LED side marker here with the gloss black mirror cap, and my model does offer this large panoramic sunroof here to let more light and air into the cabin with this floating roof design, which would come towards the rear of the vehicle. Looking at the taillights here, they're going to be a full LED, which is a turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. It says XSE to signify the trim level, with the Toyota logo, Camry spelled very boldly back here. And down here, this vehicle does have quad tip exhaust, but it does have a dual setup here, so there's only two exhausts that's actually functional. And there's the backup camera right there with LED lights for the tag. Open up the cargo back here. Toyota hides it very cleverly to the right of the trunk lid here, and it does reveal 15.1 cubic feet of space. Also with this nice weather mat here, which is part of the dealer installed option. Lifting the load floor up here, Toyota does give you a spare tire instead of a fix-a-flat kit, and you can fold the seats down to do a 60-40 split. Sitting in the interior of the Toyota Camry XSE, this one has a black interior with a nice red exterior paint, which is a really nice look to make this feel like a sporty sedan here. But this vehicle also offers 5.7 inches of ground clearance, so keep in mind it does have a very low step in height here. This is a 9-inch display which runs their older Toyota interface. It doesn't have the newer system like the new Highlander, the refresh RAV4, or their other newer products. So sadly, it has their older interface. We'll talk about that in a few moments. But let's talk about the door panel materials really quick. It's gonna be a nice soft touch material with this aluminum accented trim here for the door handle, and this bar which kind of continues onto the actual door panel. It's gonna be nicely padded with nice stitching, storage, and cup holder space. This does have the JBL sound system, which sounds pretty premium. But shutting the door here and starting up the vehicle, you guys know, put your foot on the brake and press the start button. There you guys are greeted by the Camry logo, and the gauges will do somewhat of a nice sweep. And the leather here does feel very high quality. Nice thick rim over here for your driver's assistance tech, your sync and track, your mode, your volume and voice controls. You can also customize the 7-inch display in front of you to show your driver's assistance tech, your speed, your driver support, audio, your system status, and your settings are going to be there. There's paddle shifters for the 8-speed auto. The turn stocks in this vehicle feel really high quality. Over is going to be for your trip reset computer, your illumination switch. I like the nice red gauges here. It's going to be exclusive to the XSE and the TRD Pro. Over is for your automatic high beam switch, your traction control, trunk release, fuel cap opener, and this is a little storage area here to hide different things and whatnot. The switch gear feels really high quality. There's your lock control. You can also lock the windows via this button here. Your mirror adjustment controls are there. There's a Toyota logo here on the airbag cover. There's a 3-spoke wheel design, which has, like I mentioned, a very thick rim. It also offers this large heads-up display here in this vehicle, which shows you really good information. The materials can be a nice soft touch material. And for 2021, Toyota did take out the screen from the actual dash and made it this tablet style screen, which like I mentioned, they did refresh for 2021. Also with some exterior changes as well. There's a volume and tune knob. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Like I mentioned, it's their older Toyota interface. As you guys can see, you can also change the background of the display as well. It shows you different stuff like, let me go back real quick. It shows you like your trip computer and whatnot, your range, your history. You can clear that in if you would like. Swipe over to the right here. There's your different apps and whatnot. If it allows you to do it, there's audio, phone, information. Going back to the Apple CarPlay, it does show you a really nice graphic of the Apple CarPlay, very large screens. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's some shortcut buttons off to the side. Like I mentioned, a volume and tune knob. There's your air vents here, hazard button, dual climate control. There's also 3-level heated seats. You can also get cool seats as well. Electronic parking brake, auto hold, eco, normal, sport. We'll talk about the different drive modes in the driving scene. Putting the vehicle into reverse here, it does reveal the backup camera. It also has a rear cross traffic alert as well with the wider angle. There's trajectory with distance markers, front and rear parking sensors. Kicking it down here to drive. Over to the left, there's a sport mode in the transmission. And my iPhone 14 Pro Max does fit if it wasn't connected to the USB charging port. Sadly, I have to use it to show you guys the Apple CarPlay, which shows very bright, but it is a wireless phone charger. You can push this area here, and it does reveal some storage in there and whatnot. So I'm just gonna put my keys in there for the time being, so you guys can basically hide things away. There's 2 cup holders here with some gray painted trim there. Like I mentioned, 3-level heated seats, no cool seats. The seats in here, they're supportive and comfortable. I like the nice fabric material that Toyota uses in the center part of the seat. And above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here with LED lights throughout the interior. Looking at the glove compartment here, it does offer a large storage in there as well. The materials in this vehicle are very premium. I feel very cozy in this vehicle. It doesn't feel cramped, and it feels really good to sit inside the Camry, but it does have a low step-in height, so keep that in mind if you guys are used to SUVs and pickup trucks. For this to be America's best-selling mid-size sedan, this vehicle does offer tons of interior space. So if you guys don't like large, big old SUVs or pickup trucks, the Camry still offers a spacious back seat. But looking at the materials here on the door panel, it'll be a nice soft touch material with this aluminum accented trim here. It does break up the sea of black here in the actual door panel. The switchgear feels high quality. There's some storage here, cup holder space. It's gonna be nice and padded with the nice stitching. I wish the stitching was actually red just to make the Camry feel a little bit more sporty in the actual interior. But getting inside, like I mentioned, this vehicle does offer 5.7 inches of ground clearance. I do have plenty of foot space underneath the driver's seat. I'm gonna shut the door here. There's 2 pockets back here for storage. Some other competitors don't even give you rear air vents, so it's a nice touch that Toyota does give you that, but there's no USB charging ports. The floor back here is not flat. Surprised to see that since this vehicle is front wheel drive, but you can fit 3 people across. Pulling this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders and a nice area to rest your elbows. And above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here. Some other competitors sadly still don't offer that. I'm talking about the newer generation of the Accord. I guess Honda owners don't like large panoramic sunroofs, I'm assuming. But there's also LED lights throughout the cabin, which is a nice premium touch. But overall, the back seat of the Camry still offers tons of interior space. So once again, if you guys don't like big old SUVs or pickup trucks, the Camry is still going to be a really good pick in this segment. Let's talk about the powertrain specs here for the only midsize sedan to still offer a V6 powertrain. This is Toyota's 3.5-liter naturally aspirated powertrain, making 301 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque. It's also paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. As this vehicle sits here, it weighs around 3,500 pounds. And keep in mind, every Camry with the V6 is only front-wheel drive. All Camrys still remain front-wheel drive, but all-wheel drive is available. But sadly, you cannot get all-wheel drive on the V6 of the Camry. Toyota says the take rate home is just not popular at the all-wheel drive system. But making our way over to the fuel door of the Camry, we're gonna talk about fuel economy here. This is rated to get 22 in the city, 32 on the highway, and 26 combined. This also has a 15.8 gallon gas tank. And keep in mind, if you guys don't like those numbers, Toyota will sell you a hybrid, which will get over 40 miles per gallon. So I'm behind the wheel of America's most popular mid-size sedan in the segment. It outsells the Honda Accord, the Nissan Altima, the Kia K5, which is rebranded from the Optima's name, and it also sells it outsells the Hyundai Sonata. So this is a popular vehicle for Toyota. Toyota sells nearly 300,000 plus units every single year. And some of you guys say, well, sales really don't mean anything. But to tell you guys the truth, for a sedan, it does mean a lot, because a lot of people are buying SUVs and pickup trucks. But this one is a very important Camry that I want to say. It has Toyota's V6, which is a 3.5 liter V6, making 301 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque. And it is paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission, which goes by this business very well. But let's come to a stop here and put it into its sport mode here. Oh, cut power there. And this thing sounds freaking fantastic. No other competitor offers a V6 anymore. They discontinued them. Toyota still offers it. So if you guys are looking for a V6 in the segment and you don't want the turbocharged or you don't want the naturally aspirated powertrains from the Nissan and whatnot, I would recommend looking at the Camry, because once again, it's America's most popular mid-size sedan in the segment. And it gets up to speed really quick, and that grunt from that V6 sounds very potent. Like I mentioned, making 301 horsepower. Fuel economy is rated at 22 in the city, 32 on the highway, and 26 combined. Has a 15.8 gallon gas tank, so pretty good fill-ups here and there. But gas in certain areas are still expensive. We're going on this corner here with a little bit of speed. You can feel a little bit of the body lean, but not too much. It has that sports car type feel to it. This vehicle offers 5.7 inches of ground clearance, and with this having 19-inch wheels, you can still feel some of the bumps and the imperfections in the road. Visibility wise, this vehicle does have a great visibility. The pillar here is a little bit thick and whatnot, but you can see over it just well. This thing does a really good job, even though it's not all-wheel drive. It's front-wheel drive, which is standard on the V6. Toyota says the take rate home for a V6 is very low. That's why they never offer it on the V6 model, the all-wheel drive system. But personally speaking, I think they should do a limited edition of the V6 with all-wheel drive. I think that'd be a nice proposition for Toyota to show that they do care about the V6 customers that still buy the V6 model of the Camry. But if you guys don't care about the V6, the 4-cylinder is the way to go, especially if you're looking to get great fuel economy. Let's come to a stop here again, and floor, fighting for traction, because once again, it's front wheel drive. But this vehicle does have a really smooth ride quality. It looks boring to me on the outside, but with this having the supersonic red, it does look really sporty. I guess it depends on the color of the Camry that you get. With this having the supersonic red, it looks freaking good. It looks very sporty with a nice two-tone. Above me, there's this panoramic sunroof here, which lets in tons of light and air once you open it up. The ride quality, once again, it's pretty good, even with this having 19-inch wheels. But I like the way this Camry drives. It's not sporty like the Honda Accord. That still belongs to the Accord, but it still has some nice characteristics of being sporty and comfortable at the same time. That's why you guys probably want to buy this vehicle, so it doesn't have a harsh ride and you can make this your daily driver. But me personally, I would just go for the hybrid powertrain to get better fuel economy, over 40 miles per gallon. But yeah, Toyota, they're doing a good job. They refreshed the vehicle back in 2021 from the exterior styling. They also update the infotainment system here. It's not their newest Toyota interface, sadly, but we should be expecting a new generation of the Camry very soon. After spending time with the 2023 Toyota Camry XSE with the V6 is a strong, durable powertrain. No other competitor in the mid-size sedan segment offers a V6. So bravo to Toyota for still offering that V6. Probably for the next generation, they might kill off the V6 to favor emissions. Don't get me wrong, the V6 is a little thirsty compared to its other powertrains in the Camry's lineup. The tech is still modern. I love the large panoramic sunroof, especially with this beautiful sonic red exterior paint. It's still a really good looking mid-size sedan in this segment. With that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this full review here on the 2023 Toyota Camry XSE with the V6. Be sure to check me out on Instagram at Drive1Reviews. Hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, and I will see you all in the next video.